Let's drink Hochstadters Slow and Low Rock and Rye. Welcome to the tasting room where we drink adult beverages
and judge them.
I'm Brian.
And Erica.
And this table makes a lot of noise.
It does, it's super annoying.
Okay, this is Hochstadters Slow and Low Rock and Rye. And it's made with straight rye whiskey, rock candy, yeah, raw honey, aromatic bitters, and a navel orange. It's 84 proof, so it is 42% ABV. Someone out there recommended this, one of you, and that's where we got the idea for it. And we happened to see it. I was like, I've never even heard of this. I know nothing about this. And man, they really sealed this for my protection. They don't want me to get in there.
Perforated part?
Yep, there is. You know, if I just found the perforated part, it would have been so much easier.
Look at that.
Okay, it has a cork. You ready? Actually, is that a cork?
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll mess with you. It's a screw top.
It's a cork.
No, this is a cork.
Aw, that was
That was very disappointing. Now, it also says extra dry on the front of it. How does it have rock candy and raw honey and be extra dry?
They also suggest that you serve it over ice. We are not, because
we're rebels like that.
We never do what we're told.
It is true. We really don't. But the reason really is because, well, we taste everything this way, unless it's absolutely supposed to be cold.
We used to have a really strong aversion. Do you need to go wash your hands, or are you good?
Nope. It's not. It's extra dry. It's not sticky sweet.
We used to have a really strong aversion to flavored whiskeys. We were whiskey snobs. I will be totally honest about it. And we're like, no, if it doesn't taste like whiskey, we don't want to taste it. And then, on a dare, on a whim, just to be crazy, expecting to hate it, we tried.
Fireball.
And guess who loves Fireball?
There's a 1.75 liter of Fireball out there. It's my second or third one since we did it.
So, all right, we are opening ourselves up to new experiences and just going with it.
All right. Get your schnoz in there and smell it.
All right.
I mean, first, what does it look like? It looks like a whiskey.
Looks like a whiskey.
Yeah. Looks nice.
Do you want to do the clarity thing, or do we not?
No, it's clear.
All right, it's clear.
There's nothing to say.
All right.
Looks like whiskey and it's clear. It's got a nice brown color. Maybe it's a bourbon. No, it's a rye. That's right, it's a rye.
We are using our Glencairns because, in our opinions, this is basically the only
This is how you
glass
drink whiskey.
you should drink whiskey in. Whoa, I'm making a mess.
Did you spill it?
I almost did. Like, it came right to the edge.
It's alcohol abuse. Okay, on the smell, I get the rye.
Yeah. I really like rye whiskey, FYI.
Now, with the bitters and the navel orange makes me think they're trying to simulate an old fashioned.
Yeah. And I think they have some verbiage about that on the side here.
I'll go ahead and read it.
Our proper old fashioned. So they say, pour 1.5 ounces of slow and low over a large ice cube, garnish with an orange peel, enjoy with friends.
So it is really supposed to be an old fashioned, which means we really need to put this on ice.
Pour over ice and serve.
We're going to try it without ice first, just cuz. Break the rules and then follow the rules.
Breaking the law.
On the smell, I get the bitters, the aromatics. Are you tasting it already? We didn't even clink.
I paused. I didn't inhale.
I smell some honey though. Did you even do it? A scent?
I did.
You did?
And no, we haven't drank any alcohol
There's been
yet
no
today.
alcohol in our system yet at all today. A lot of people seem to think that we are drunk most of the time.
Nope.
We actually try to not be drunk when we're recording. Like, if the day starts to get long and we've done too many tastings, we stop because we don't want to do that. We're just naturally weird.
Speaking of naturally weird, they did some cool art stuff going on here on the inside of the label. So they got a bee on an orange. They got different...
I'll have to try to take a picture of that later and show you.
Yeah. They got a devil for some reason. They got lots of stuff going on.
Anyway, if you don't have any more smelling notes, then you can clink and you can taste it. You got to clink first, unless you're smelling it.
I get the orange. You mentioned the orange, yeah?
Yep, the bitters mostly. And there's herbs in there too.
Yeah. It smells good. I like it.
All right. Okay. One of our VIPs, Barry Drake. This is your kind of old-fashioned. It's not bad.
No.
I like this much better than the Kirkland Old Fashioned that we had.
The Kirkland Old Fashioned was very disappointing.
We may have to actually put these next to each other
Still
and taste them.
around somewhere. Because,
When I empty my glass, I'm going to put some ice in this and try it a different way.
but this,
So far, this is much more impressive.
yeah, this I could drink. This does not.
So whoever
insult me.
suggested this, thank you.
Cheers to you.
Was it Jeff?
Was it Jeff? No, Jeff suggested Bullet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Somebody recommended it. I don't remember who it was. I'm sorry. Definitely getting the rye, which that's lovely. It's actually a pretty good quality rye.
Yeah.
So it's got really nice spicy notes to it. Seems like a cinnamon vanilla kind of thing, but I know there's really no cinnamon or vanilla in this. That's the wood aging and the spicy notes from the rye itself. The honey and the rock candy are kind of minimized. They say extra dry. I would agree. This is not very sweet. I usually like my old fashions quite sweet, which is weird because I'll either drink whiskey neat, on the rocks, or as a really sweet old fashioned. That's pretty much the way I
It's a
drink
full
them.
spectrum.
Yeah. I would like this a little bit sweeter for my personal taste, but I get what they're doing. They did the right amount of bitters. That's spot on. That enhances the flavor of that rye really, really nicely. I got to give some credit there. I normally don't like cocktails in a bottle kind of deals.
This is well blended.
Yeah, they did a good job. I do want to say something. The absinthe.
Oh, jeez.
So many people some people got angry at us because we didn't do the whole method with the sugar cube and burning off half the alcohol. Here's the thing. We looked at the bottle. The bottle doesn't say to do that.
Yeah. Now, I can appreciate, because I even said it in the video, that was my fascination with absinthe, was the experience, was the production, was the ritual.
And I know that some people out there are fuming right now. They're shaking their fist. You know, like that meme of the little girl with the brush. They're doing that because they're mad at me for saying, oh, but most bottles don't have instructions on them. You should know what you're drinking. Okay, I agree with you, except for one thing. If it was never, ever, ever, ever meant to be drank neat, why would they bottle it the way they did? If you're supposed to dilute it and you're supposed to add sugar to it,
Because it's supposed to be done as a ritual.
I just see, and that's where I have a disconnect with it. Because, like, let's take whiskey, for example. Whiskey is used in so many cocktails and in so many ways, but you can also drink it neat.
I mean, this is
Essentially whiskey, but you can drink it neat as well. And it's bottled to be drank neat. You can use it however you like. And that's the thing. I am not telling people they're wrong for doing the method with the absinthe. I'm just saying, give us a break because this is how we like to do things. We wanted to test it out of the bottle.
Did we release absinthe on Father's Day?
No, day before.
The day before. Okay. So this interesting thing happened is we talked about it, and I talked about my personal love affair with the ritual and the concept, the idea of absinthe, even knowing that the flavor profile is something that I would not enjoy, and I didn't, spoilers, enjoy it.
Yeah, the color was the best thing about it.
I love green, it's my favorite color. The whole mythology, it was just fantastic. And I said that I didn't buy the setup, even though I adored that concept, because I knew going in I probably wasn't going to enjoy the beverage.
And we'd never use it.
And then we go to my brother's house for Father's Day, and what does he have sitting right there on the shelf?
He had that?
He has the whole thing. So,
We could have just borrowed it.
yeah,
Oh well.
I know.
Maybe we'll have to do it again.
We might do it again
But you know what?
and do the
This
full thing.
is about the slow and low.
You brought it up.
I know I
You
did.
brought
I'm
it up.
changing it back. Bringing it back. Accepting fault. Honestly, I usually have a low idea of basically the cocktail in a bottle thing.
I think they did a great job.
This time it worked. The other one that was really good that we did recently was Drambuie. Another similar, but Drambuie's a whole different thing than this, but it's still a Scotch cocktail in a bottle, if you want to see it that way. They're totally different though. This is nothing like Drambuie.
Drambuie isn't a cocktail. Drambuie is, it's a whole new experience.
It's Scotch mixed with herbs, spices, and
Right.
sweetening.
But you don't make a drambuie. You purchase drambuie. Where you make
A slow and low. Rock and rye.
You understand what I'm saying?
Sorta.
He's being contrary because contrary.
Contrary. I see where her brain's going already. Yeah, she wants to put Cointreau in it already.
Actually, I don't. I think this is great, just as it is.
So you know what we have to do now? You have to finish your glass.
Okay.
We have to put a number on it, and then we need to test it
Oh, we're gonna test it against the crappy one.
on ice.
Oh, on ice.
Both of them on ice.
Okay.
Next to each other. Test. So on your screen right now, you should be seeing our scoring system. And I mean, it's really simple. It goes basically from 1 through 10 with the occasional 11. Although there could be a minus or a 0.5 too. So I guess it's really 0 through 11 now. We've expanded. But anyway. I have to think about this because do I rate this as a whiskey or do I rate it as a cocktail?
You rate it as the liquid that is in your
If
mouth.
someone handed me
If you just
a
drink
glass of
this,
what would I
how do you
say?
feel about it?
Okay. All right. You have a number?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 7.
9.5.
Wow. 9.5.
It's probably the rye. You know,
You love rye,
I really love rye.
I like rye. I don't hate it. I don't have anything against it, but it's not my ultimate favorite thing.
I would say of the spectrum of all things whiskey, ryes are probably my favorite.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
There is a small obsession for a specific whiskey that I'm not going to mention because someday we will do tastings on it.
Which one?
But if you know how much I love a Cointreau, then it might give you some inclination of what whiskey I really like.
I have absolutely no idea what she's talking about right now.
It has orange notes. Anywho, sorry.
Yeah, I'm a 7, meaning this is good. I like it. I might drink it. That was neat. No ice, no garnish. Okay, just remember that.
Sure.
I might even be able to go 7.5. I was debating between 7 and 7.5. But that means this is good. This is something I would reach for. I would even call it great.
I think it's delightful.
Okay.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
So now I'm going to get some ice. And we're going to get out the other one. And we're going to put them side by side.
Judge them.
And we're back. But we have 2 glasses. These are
Our rocks glasses with ice.
also known as rocks. We don't actually have any oranges. We have mandarins. But the peels on mandarins don't...
See,
I
got a better cork than that one. That's the only thing this one's got going for it is the cork noise.
That's all it has going for it, literally.
Sorry, Kirkland.
We don't need a lot. Just
And I hate to bash Kirkland because normally their options are quite nice.
yeah. Whoa. All right. I guess I'll pour some.
Sorry. We're sharing these, so.
Yeah. We got more tastings to do.
But they're old fashioned in a bottle. At least the day that we tasted it was less than appealing. All right, let's compare color. It looks
They're
like
very similar.
there's a richer color in the rye.
Slow and low is a little darker,
Yep.
but somebody also made a larger pour.
Which you can see in the bottles as well. Well, you can't because the label's in the way, but
On the smell, they're actually quite similar. That's
so
a little surprising.
this interesting thing happens when you put stuff on ice. It turns down some notes and turns up some notes. Also, we're having a little bit of dilution, a water additive.
Yep.
Water also can turn down some notes and turn up some notes.
Especially with Scotch.
Yep. If you haven't had the joy of experiencing different whiskeys and adding just a little drop of water into the beverage with a pipette,
Try it.
do it because it's fun.
Really cool.
I'm getting more honey notes on
Yeah.
the Kirkland,
But they're similar, aren't
but
they?
I'm getting the yummy rye notes. So, all right, what are we doing? How are we doing this?
1, 2, 3, taste.
Taste and then swap.
Whatever you want to do. Fine, I'll taste this one. You taste that one. No science to it. It's nice. I think it's a little better on ice. I think they were right. All right. I'm not rinsing my mouth or anything because I don't do that. I like to compare the flavors. The Kirkland still not good. The slow and low, way better. For me, the way I would do this, a couple maraschino cherries and a nice swath of orange peel in there.
Now,
Good to go.
I did a whiskey chew on both of them. Honestly, since my introduction into whiskey, I chew everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying and it really irritates some people, and I'm so sorry, but I can't
That's how she tastes it.
but do that because I'm coating.
The whiskey chew means like, as you'll see her mouth move, she's swishing it around in her mouth. And there's nothing. I don't do it, but I don't have a problem with you doing it. And if someone does, that's too bad, because that's how
I like
she
doing
experiences it.
Because it coats my palate, so I get the full experience. And if you noticed, I did that with the Kirkland, and I made an involuntary whiskey face with the Kirkland. I did it then with the rye afterwards, the slow and low, and I didn't make that face.
You tend to make the whiskey face a lot.
I tend to make the whiskey face regardless of whether I am enjoying it or not. I just found it interesting that I made it with the Kirkland and I didn't make it with the slow and low.
Okay, here's what I'm getting. If you've ever had something that you fortified with Everclear or you made a cocktail with Everclear, there is a very specific note
It's not
that
good.
you get, and it's not
It's not good.
It's not nice. It's in that. I don't know what they did, but it is in there.
What did you do?
And it's not in the slow and low. And that right away, that was what I was looking for. Does that note come through in the slow and low? And it doesn't. So there's something that is in the Kirkland Old Fashioned. Is it possible that it's
So the Kirkland
a younger grain?
is suggesting that it's using a straight bourbon whiskey, bitters, and simple syrup.
I don't think they used bourbon.
They are proclaiming that they used a straight bourbon whiskey.
They may have used one, but they put something else in there too. I could be wrong. It's just my perception of it is that flavor is coming through, and it's not something I like. I don't appreciate it at all, and that's what made me not like that right from the get-go. On ice, it's better.
I also think there is a thing going on with Kirkland, and that was we had an expectation of that this was going to be good because all of our other Kirkland experiences have been shockingly good. Some of them better than other options we have available to us.
Their Canadian whiskey is actually really, really nice.
Yeah. When we get to that, it'll definitely
They're
be
blended Scotch
on
too.
the show.
Yeah.
Whereas because this didn't step up to the plate, we actually had a lessened expectation.
I would agree.
On the slow and low, and then the slow and low are like, "Hey,
It's nice.
I'm
It's
tasty. I'm a rye. I got
on
stuff going
ice. I'm going to give this a 7.5 to an 8. It improves it just enough.
Oh, this one first. This is we swap back, right?
Yeah, that's slow and low. I could tell just by.
Another thing when you do comparisons, you want to taste one and then the other, and then swap because
Oh yeah, if you do one
drink-
and then the other,
Yeah.
sometimes you'll get a different experience. So I just did the slow and low. There it is. Now, just because they use bourbon
slow
does
and
not
low's
mean
just-
it's well aged bourbon.
that's good drinking.
It could be a very, very young bourbon. And that's the thing. It could just be like the youngest bourbon they could get. So it doesn't have a lot of bottle character yet, things like that, to tone down that odd flavor.
Yeah, I think when they do cocktails, they don't have to do an age statement.
Yep. I don't remember what the rule is for bourbon. Some you'll probably be able to tell me in the comments.
I don't know. So yeah, if you want to get a cocktail on the glass, then I would definitely say
The
go
and low.
slow and low.
Absolutely. Way, way, way better. Yep. All right. So that's all we got for this one. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.
Bye bye.